modeling someone else for gaining more confidence. Origin of excellence is modeling, and we all are modeling some of the other habits. So we have been using modeling very unconsciously, but we do not know that we actually are using modeling. So what's the concept of modeling? I will talk about that. Hello everyone, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, and I'm glad to see you in our Ridhima Dua's NLP series. This series is for questions on NLP and new code NLP so that you can transform yourself and transform others. Keep experiencing, discovering, decoding and doing it real. Today, I'm going to answer you a question on how can I use NLP modeling to get more confidence. This is a very special topic for me to explain to you. So gather your cup of tea or coffee and gather your pen and paper, and also remember that while I will ask you to do certain exercise or a technique or a process, just go ahead and do it. You will receive more if you do the exercises while you're hearing these videos. So let's talk about how can I gain more confidence using NLP modeling techniques. Confidence is something which is very subjective, and it is also very personal. A lot of people talk about confidence, about body language, about how people speak, about tonality, and a lot of people get influenced by some other personalities, and they keep saying that, I want to be confident like that woman, I would like to be confident like that man, etc. And there's so many perceptions about confidence, and which is absolutely okay. Everyone can have their own definition about confidence and the way you would like to see, hear, and feel like. That is confidence to you. Now, let's get a little more deeper on the process of modeling someone else for gaining more confidence. You remember in one of the video, I speak about origins of NLP is modeling. That how John, Richard, and Frank Fuselier modeled different models and created the subject of NLP. So the origin of excellence, right, is modeling, and we all are modeling some of the other habits, some of the other programs, behaviors, patterns from our environment, from people whom we see, from people whom we meet, our parents, etc. Right? So we have been modeling a lot of things very unconsciously. We have been modeling language, we have been modeling walking, we've been modeling doing simple chest press, we've been modeling running, we've been modeling doing different kind of businesses which is coming in the industry. There are models, these are called models, right? So we have been using modeling very unconsciously, but we do not know that we actually are using modeling. So what's the concept of modeling? I will talk about that. And then I will give you a technique for you to actually use that technique for you to gain confidence before going for your presentations, before going for your business meets, before going for your boardroom meets, etc. And it can really help you to gain that confidence which you are looking for a long time. So let's talk about what modeling is. I have already spoken to you and told you different examples of modeling. In very simple layman language, modeling means I see a person and I do exactly the way the person is doing. Matching, mirroring, cut, copy, paste. So if there is a dancer, if my teacher who is a dancer and he is dancing in particular steps, I would just exactly dance the way the person is dancing. I would just move the way the person is moving. I would just breathe exactly the way the person is doing without putting any logical thinking on it. Completely unconscious assimilation, just doing exactly the way the person is doing. That specific set, that specific portion, you can cut it down to a very small chunk, right? So you can cut down modeling to a very, very small chunk. Like for example, I would like to model Chetan the way he does dance. For example, I would like to model Rakesh the way he does his chest press. So I can cut down modeling on a very specific, simple set. That's one part. as a takeaway for you to learn. And you would notice that there are small parts in your life, like the way you move or talk, like your mother or sister or your father, etc., or your teacher or any other influencer. So there are some parts in your own brain which you have taken unconsciously from the model, and you're repeating that, which is a program in itself. So that is a layman understanding of modeling, that the way how we model. Now let's go more deeper, right? How can I use modeling concept for gaining more confidence before doing that presentation in the boardroom? Let's understand it this way. Let's keep it very simple. Keep your pen and paper ready, and I will just give you that technique and steps for you to do it, right? So think about it this way. You have a presentation coming up within a week, 2 days, etc., and you have identified that I would like to be confident. So think about it, that how would you like to be confident? Is there a model you already have? So the step number 1 is you are identifying the model in this case. So you identify a model who is close to you, to whom you can see, you have an access to, you can hear, you can see how the person moves, how the person talks, etc. So one of the very important part of this technique, which I am giving you right now, is you're having a very close contact with the model himself or herself. So step number 1, identify your model. Step number 2, make sure that you are having direct access to your model. Now you have it, okay, I have one of my friends, he's very good, she's very good, and this is what I would like to model. Now what is step number 3? Make sure that you are there when the model is presenting in that confidence. So how the model presents, how the person moves his hands, the eyes, the breathing, the shoulders, the talking, the language, the tonality, the rhythm, the pauses. So are you going to think about it? No. Make sure that you're just there in front of the model. And remember, I said just before this conversation that your job is to just dance with the person. Means the model is presenting, and you just do that internally. Do exactly the same way the model is doing internally, completely just being there, matching the breathing in the rhythm, and just doing and doing and doing. Are you thinking anything that time? Nothing. What are you doing? Your role is unconscious assimilation of that specific set. Just go and do it. Means there's someone who's presenting. Right now I'm presenting. You just moving your body, doing an internal dialogue of the same rhythm, same tonality, moving your body, just exactly like that. That is the first step. You have gained some knowledge. Your unconscious has gained a data at a state level. In simple words, our brain has gathered how the state is internally. That's all. Now what do? Very simple. Go back to your place, to your chair where you sit, and just get that same rehearsal internally. So this is my chair, and I'm sitting like exactly Ridhima, and I am just doing internally the same thing. So I'm internalizing it. And then step number next for all of you is very simple. Before you get into the presentation, wear your blazer, wear your power position, whatever you want, and get into the skin of your model and just go ahead and start presenting. Just go ahead and start presenting exactly the way you just learned with the model. That's it. So I repeat these steps. Gather unconscious assimilation, rehearse it internally, go ahead and just start doing it exactly like your model. You can also do a very simple trick to your brain. Before you get started, I say to my unconscious, and you can say that too, I say to my unconscious, gather all that data which I have learned with my model in this specific set and just make me do it. And I say that with deep intentions to my unconscious, my subconscious brain, and get into the chair and just get started. And I guarantee you, really, if you do these steps very deeply with your own deep intentions and connection, you would observe the shift in the very first presentation itself if you follow this. This is a very simple step. This is a very simple way to notice that a state shift can occur in a very simple way and very fast. Of course, there are many deep processes into it, and you can also learn that with us. Go test it, do it, and let me know how it works for all of you. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope that you'd like it. Please like, share, and comment in the box. I will be happy to see you very soon in some of the workshops. Keep experiencing, discovering, decoding, and doing it real applications. Lot of love to you and seeking your blessings, Ridhima Dua.